Sweet the whispers in your ear whenever ember wanders near.
Yeah, I think we're in a better frame of mind today. We're in a better frame of mind, so this could be fun. Yes. All right, let's do this one. Again, this is, West put this out, that Gideon did something to supposedly end his career. As a reminder, this is the guy that basically dressed up like a cupcake to confront EDP when he was going to his dialysis clinic, confront him for being a child predator. And that went nowhere. He was also the guy that we covered that when he was streaming, he went and harassed a guy at McDonald's. And like a guy that was squatting in his mother's home or his aunt's home or something. It was his uncle, and he was squatting there. And then he was basically they were playing really loud music to get him out of the house, and he basically chased him into town and started like going to businesses, demanding businesses let him look back back in the kitchen areas to make sure that this guy wasn't there until he actually found him. The cops got called. He got arrested for disorderly. Unfortunately, they ended up dropping the charges because fuck you, that's why. But he was in the latest EDP video, and so something else has been going on with this. So let's see what's going on with Gideon next.
Massive day for the unemployed. Gideon is currently under fire for working with an actual child in the EDP thing.
I feel like I am a victim of Gideon because he
Oh.
encouraged me to.
Oh, this. Okay, we saw this. Yeah. Yes, okay. Wasn't it Gideon that botched EDP's charges? No, Gideon did not botch, well, I mean, no, the one that botched EDP's charge, well, to be fair, neither Gideon nor the other, predator people that they go out, they didn't botch charges. The problem is they basically they could have got EDP arrested, except they didn't work with the police on it. Like, they didn't work with the police at any point, so all the evidence that they gathered about EDP to lure him in, to bust him, none of it was admissible in court because they didn't involve police. And so they exposed him, but nothing they did would be possible to result in charges. And that was the problem. They basically did a triple C, they did it for clicks, clout, and cash, but they didn't actually do it to try and get him off the street. And Gideon did the same thing. He worked with this, I think she was 14 or 15 at the time, and he kept pushing her, according to what she said, he kept pushing her to do more. And clearly the experience damaged her because we saw in the EDP video, I don't think she's going on to do, she got thrown out. I can't remember if there was substance abuse issues, but she's she got cold. She got her attitude became cold and callous, where it's I've got to look out for myself because no one else is going to look out for me. And part of that may have stemmed from Gideon basically kind of coercing her into staying in contact with EDP when EDP was basically saying all kinds of sick shit, basically psychologically damaging this girl.
Keep talking to him.
The Gideon response may be one of the worst videos I've seen in years. This guy is Gideon admits and shows proof he invited prolific EDP445 to his Discord full of children. Gideon is probably the most predator catcher on Earth, to the point he puts literal children in the firing line of actual have a job and don't know who Gideon is. He's a multi-millionaire catching YouTuber, so obviously this isn't a good look for him, which, prompted a response. The minor in question also had a response, so we'll be checking both of these out.
Wow.
So the claims are that I facilitated a predator to come inside of my Discord channel, which allowed Kayla to be groomed.
Yeah, these are some serious claims going on.
The other claims is that I forced and pressured her into keep on being in contact with EDP. And the third claim is that I forced and demanded that she not go to the police, even though that she was talking to EDP.
Kayla Hoskins is the victim being referenced in the sting operation, and she's not a decoy. Like Skeeter said, this one is for real. But how did she meet EDP-445? Well, she was a huge fan of Gideon, and she was in his Discord server. EDP, after being invited by Gideon to his public server full of children, noticed her profile, found her Instagram connected to it, and messaged her.
Now, the reason why people believe that EDP met her through my Discord is because I was under the impression that's how it happened, and I'm the one who put out the statement that EDP found her through my Discord. When EDP joined my Discord when he was about to do the interview with us,
You know, oopsies, I accidentally invited a into my Discord full of kids. Bit of an oversight, but going on.
the reason
And as a reminder, when I believe if I'm getting my timetables on this correctly, when this happened, EDP had already been exposed by that other predator catcher channel. That was the whole cupcake incident. The whole, I'm just here for a cupcake. That was before this incident with Gideon, where he invited EDP into his server with minors. Because as you may recall, when he confronted EDP, he was wearing a cupcake costume. So it was already established that he was a predator, and he invited EDP into a server full of minors. What the fuck did you think was going to happen by doing that?
why I gladly took the blame for EDP meeting her through my Discord, because at the time, I truly believed that's how he found her, and I wanted to take accountability for my role in this occurrence. But as it turns out, Kayla herself in the documentary stated that she had already been messaging EDP before I had even ever added him in my own Discord. Well, EDP was added into my Discord server to do an interview on June 21st, and he was banned that same exact day because he never came up to actually do the interview because he wanted to get paid last minute.
We ain't doing no goddamn interview until I'm compensated, my nigga.
Even EDP got his hustle on. What's your excuse?
And also, here's the message log of all the things that he said in my Discord. And I know it's a lot of stuff, but yeah, so that's all he said in my Discord.
Bro, let him stay in there for like over 6 hours. Oof.
Now, on June 23rd, that is the day that Kayla at least went public in my Discord server, telling people in the Discord that EDP was talking to her. She was saying, hey, is this the real EDP account? Because if it is, he just messaged me. Now, I know you guys are saying, Gideon, that says deleted user. How do you know that that's her? Well, we did a lot of digging through the Discord server, and this is some evidence to show that it's her because we have old screenshots and everything.
So she deleted her Discord account. Cool, going on.
Now, fast forward.
Well, okay, but even then, if she deleted her Discord account, but it's still... Is this the real EDP? You don't think that he may have found her Discord through, or found her Insta through the Discord? Like, how do you think, like... Okay, I'm gonna let you go.
Through the Discord server, and this is some evidence to show that it's her because we have old screenshots and everything.
So she deleted her Discord account. Cool, going on.
Now, fast forward on June 28th, so this is 5 days after she first went public in my Discord server saying that she was talking to EDP. She was telling users in my public VC of a Discord of 130,000 people that she was talking to EDP. And this is what the users in that VC told her when she was telling them that she was talking to a predator and that she's underage.
In the text messages, do you state your age?
Yes.
Okay,
Like,
good.
clearly and multiple times?
Yeah.
And he like, yeah, that's straight up
It's
wild.
insane.
You can just send this to
Keeps
the FBI
asking
tip
me.
line if you want.
And again, after all of these people told her that she should stop talking with him and go to law enforcement, she just never responded to them.
I mean, what are you gonna do from here? You're gonna like call the police?
Okay. Here's a problem with the logic. All of these people are telling a 15-year-old. Why don't you go to the FBI? Why don't you go to the police? She's a child. Why are you telling the child to go to the police? Why aren't you telling the child, hey, go to your parents? Excuse me. Go to your parents. Tell your parents what is happening and have them notify the police. Like, this is not a complicated metric. She is 15. She probably doesn't have a sweet fucking clue how to contact. She has no clue how to contact the FBI. Let's get that out of the way. And going to the police, yeah, you tell a 15-year-old to go call the police. Guess what you think is going to happen? Not a fucking thing. The 15-year-old is typically speaking not going to call the police. This is why you tell them, you need to immediately go to your parents. Tell your parents that this predator is trying to contact you and have them contact the police. That way, the parents who will know how to contact the police can do so. Like, this is not fucking hard.
Yeah, but I guess I'm trying to get more evidence though, and then I need to get like, I don't know.
I mean, she is still a child who's naive and stupid, and
Yeah.
just because the Discord tried to stop her, it doesn't mean you don't have to anymore.
Exactly.
When I first got on the call with her, I let her know I didn't feel comfortable with her talking with a predator, with her being underage. So I came up with some clever ideas to where we could switch off and I could take over communication and she wouldn't have to. Here's one of those examples that I gave her. Maybe we could say something like, hey, my parents switched providers and I couldn't get my number, so this is my new one. And then it'd be a number that we could text through.
So she is a child, and obviously she's stupid, but this is definitely the right direction to go.
If another YouTuber is gonna make clout off of my situation, so am I. TF, that's wrong to take full credit off of something. You're just too young to realize it.
Okay. Crazy thought. I know this is wild, not a left field. Why didn't Gideon just say, okay, I will call the police to come? Why didn't Gideon say, okay, I'm going to contact the police on your behalf to have them speak to you? If he wants to set up Gideon or set up EDP, he could have said, I'm going to reach out to the police. We're going to coordinate something to try and set up EDP so we can get him arrested. At no time did he do that. At no time did he say, I'm going to reach out to the police to try and work with them so we can get him arrested. Not once. No, he's like, oh, we'll say, oh, you had to switch to another provider, so I'm going to talk to him, and thereby fuck all of any potential evidence that he might be able to get. Yeah, why? Because of Triple C. All because of, instead of doing the right thing to actually put this person in prison for the rest of whatever life he's got left because he's on end-stage kidney failure, no, we're going to do Triple C, and I'm just going to basically work with you, and I'm going to work with you, the minor child. By the way, I wonder how her parents felt about this. I'm going to work with you, the minor child, so we can gotcha a predator.
And the crazy thing is this isn't about a clout situation because it's really
Bullshit.
a tragic one.
Bull fucking shit. Literally everything you do is for clout. Do not even try and bullshit me on this, Gideon. Everything you do is Triple C. Clicks, clout, and cash. That is literally the basis for your entire existence. That is all you do. You are doing this for clout because that's all you give a shit about. Do not try and piss on our heads and say it's sunshine.
Am I an opportunist? Yes, I am. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as you're not harming anybody. And I don't think I was harming anybody. And especially when you're my age, if you're 16, people are going to think that you're young and dumb. So you kind of have to be an opportunist. You have to make your own opportunities.
I feel like there's
By the way, as a reminder, during the documentary, she said that she had grown cold and calculated because of this experience. That's why she became an opportunist. She became the opportunist because this experience where she was dealing with EDP resulted in her becoming cold and callous to the world.
a limit, you know, talking to a to get some internet followers might be the line, you know, but I digress. But alas, she is a child, so majority of the blame here would unfortunately fall on Gideon, no matter her intentions. She is naive. She is a child.
The only people that I wanted to know that she was personally involved in this and that she had been talking to him is A, her parents, which I also told them.
Sure, you're aware of, like, you know, everything that's happening.
Yes, my daughter always communicates to me.
And B, law enforcement. I didn't want anybody else and nor the world
what
to
law
know
enforcement?
that this minor was talking to EDP. That's why me and Skeeter wanted to take over communication.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we should, like...
Where's okay? You've got video clips of talking to Kayla. You've got video clips supposedly talking to the mom. Where's your video clips talking to the cops? Where are those? You've got video clips for everything else. I want to see clips of you actually talking to the police and trying to set up an investigation with the police. Because from everything we saw, you didn't do fuck all with the police on this one. You went completely rogue and did all this on your own.
I'll be like, yo, could you give us your information? We'll give it right back to you. You can change it.
Playing devil's advocate, this is a very difficult situation for Gideon. You know, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. She doesn't want to give him the communications, and she sort of wants to talk to him herself. What can...
No, this is not a difficult situation at all. You call the police. It's not difficult. I refuse to give him the benefit of the doubt. Gideon calls the police and says, hey, I have someone in my Discord server that says she has been reached out to by a predator, and we need this addressed. We need to make a case on this one. It's honestly not that simple. And with Gideon, you say, listen, maybe Gideon's like, okay, let me talk to your parents. Like, Kayla says EDP's been contacting me. Gideon, okay, I need you to get your parents on the line right now. Get the parents on the line. Say, hey, this is my server. Kayla just told me that she has been reached out to by a child predator. You need to call the police now. It's not complicated. It's not this is not a complex situation. This is honestly very fucking simple. It only becomes complicated when you triple C it and you think, how can I use this to advance my YouTube career? Which is exactly what he did. Any normal person that would had a Discord and had one of the members go, I'm a minor, I'm a child, and EDP is who we know is an adult, has reached out to me and gotten really sexual with me. And the first response is, okay, where are your parents? Oh, my parents, my mom's in the other room or whatever. Okay, can you come and get her on the microphone right now? Gets mom. Mom comes on the microphone. Mrs. So-and-so. My name is so-and-so. This is my Discord. Your daughter just told me that she was reached out to by a child predator who is inappropriately contacting her. You need to call the police immediately. You need to get on the phone with them right now and get an officer over there and start an investigation. There, that's all you had to do. Literally from the jump, it is not complicated. It only becomes complicated if he's thinking, okay, how can I use this for my channel? And then he starts getting into, oh, well, you'll hand over the call to me and we'll say, oh, my parents had to change providers and that's why I have a new number. That's the only reason why it's going to get all twisted and complicated. It's because you want to use this to further your own YouTube channel. You don't actually give a shit about her being contacted and groomed by a predator.
And he really do.
How am I supposed to win? It's a man-eater, man!
I guess you could make the argument that, avoiding this completely and putting a full stop to it was the right move.
Kayla had texted me saying that the detectives told her that it was okay for her to post a video to talk about the situation.
Hang on. What does it say? Hey, I don't know if you're going to see this, but I'm pretty sure you can post the EDP thing as long as you don't show the address of the dialysis center or say you know where he lives. Why do you say that? Because cops don't want you to show his address or that. Or say that you know where he lives so they can catch him there and he won't run off and everything else is fine. But this is bullshit. All this is bullshit. The cops were never involved. The cops never got involved in this. Right? Am I misremembering? I don't remember the cops ever being involved in the situation with Gideon and Skeeter. It was all them. Cops never played a role in this whatsoever. So what is this? Unless the cops were trying to do an investigation and Gideon and Skeeter fucked it all and just said, we're doing our own thing. This is after the fact and about the documentary. No, look at the date. Look at the date. This was back in 2023. That's when these text messages was 2023. That's when it happened. Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck all this is, but either this is bullshit, and the cops were and the cops were never contacted, and she's making something up, or the cops were contacted, but Gideon and Skeeter decided to do their own thing and potentially fuck the entire case. That's the only way I can see this.
Which, looking back on
Thank
now,
you,
I know
Gramps.
is pretty weird, and I personally highly doubt that a detective would tell a minor to come out and make a YouTube video about a situation with a predator. But nonetheless, Kayla went public first about this entire situation, not only going public with it, but also dropping the chat logs as well.
Hello, my name is Kayla, and I am unfortunately EDP's victim.
Notice the difference in her voice? That was a fake text? Hang on. What do you mean it was a fake text? Why do you say this was a fake text? No, this is supposedly coming from Kayla. This is not coming from the cops. This text was supposedly coming from Kayla herself, not the cops. But listen to her voice. Listen to how different her voice is here versus her voice when we hear it in the video. The difference. Like in the documentary, her voice, you can tell in her voice she's gotten cold. She's gotten cold, she's gotten cynical. You listen to her voice here, she's all chipper. Like, what the hell happened to this girl in a year to do that to her?
Is Kayla, and I am unfortunately EDP's victim. I am 16, I'm turning 17, and EDP first started talking to me when I was 15.
Hey, hate the game, not the play. She wanted the views. Look how many exclamation marks, man.
He messaged me first, and I told him my age, and he didn't block me.
So that is the only reason why me and Skeeter went public with it afterwards, because everybody already knew that we were involved in the situation. About a year ago, she dropped a video titled "What Gideon Did Will Shock You," and this is what she had to say.
When I realized something was wrong, I spoke to a moderator in Gideon's Discord server, who happened to be someone I was kind of besties with at the time. But for her own privacy and safety, I won't say her name. I explained the situation, and soon everyone in the voice call started asking questions. Someone told Insight about what happened, and he ended up joining the voice call as well, and asked me if I wanted to be bait.
The thing is...
What the fuck? This entire thing is just straight fucked. What is she doing at Discord? I mean, Discord I'm pretty sure is 13 plus, is it not? My question is, what is Gideon doing allowing young kids like this into the Discord? Like, he literally does like child predator shit for like most of his videos. Why is he allowing kids into his Discord in the first place? It's this whole situation is just fucked. It really is. You think this all amounts to a giant pile of he said, she said? With EDP, no, because there's record of the text with EDP. With the Discord, with Gideon's Discord, it's a whole pile of everyone is fucked up. That's what with Gideon and everything in his Discord with Kayla, that is just a whole pile of everybody is doing shit wrong and everybody is doing something to better themselves in some way. Who's to blame for what actions? Yeah, well, it's and again, it's not. I'm not even sure it'd be classified as like he said, she said, so to speak. But it is a whole bunch of everybody involved in this is in it for themselves. Everybody in it is basically trying to do something for clout. Gideon is also trying to do it for clicks and cash because he does this. This is what he does for a living. Kayla, I don't know, maybe she was trying to jumpstart her YouTuber career and she was just going strictly for clout. But like no one at this point involved here is looking good in any way. Yeah, it's not just a clusterfuck. This is a Mongolian clusterfuck at this point with everybody looking bad right now.
Gideon has receipts for most of this stuff, and she's not looking like a reliable narrator with her, deleted Discord account, as well as comments shut down on her recent video.
And then Kayla decided to give herself up as tribute. I'll play the clip.
Hey, listen,
I
listen,
mean,
inside.
to be honest, I don't mind doing it, and I don't think my parents would mind.
Her parents wouldn't mind using her as bait to catch a file on the internet.
And sadly...
Okay, so as the adults, Gideon should have said no. Okay, she is a child. She is going to do stupid child shit, even as a teenager. Like, I don't mind putting myself up as bait. That's when Gideon should have immediately said, no. We're done. We're shutting this down. Like, he should have gotten on the line with the mom way before and said, Mom, you need to call the police right now and start an investigation. But the minute she did that, he should have said, nope, we're not doing this. We're not, not even like, oh, I'll have him text me thinking that I'm you and we'll keep running the game. He shouldn't have even done that because you still have the potential exposure. EDP still had access to the conversations that they had before. There was still a possibility that EDP could have tracked her down in some way and could have basically gone to her home. Gideon should have immediately just shut the whole damn thing down, is what he should have done. But he didn't. Why? Yes.
But also, weirdly, this was not the only time that Kayla was trying to be an IRL decoy to meet EDP in person. Since she never gave us the logins nor let us do the plan that we had of switching out the communication, I instead thought of the idea of getting an adult decoy. So that way when EDP came to meet, we could have an adult decoy there. Now, I had asked her to send me some photos of her, and she sent me these photos.
Which, by the way, now he's involved himself in a crime. By getting those photos, now he's involved in dissemination of child content. Pretty sure, send me photos of a child. Gideon just exposed himself to criminal charges, I think. Pretty sure. I'm reasonably sure. And I have to, depending on the state, I'm not sure what the statute might be, but I'm pretty sure that would be child exploitation charges right there. So yeah, he did. This doesn't make him look any better. This, in fact, makes him look worse. Does that have charges attached with non-sexualized? Child exploitation would be the non-sexualized. I'm pretty sure, child exploitation or solicitation of the minor, although solicitation of the minor, I do believe, comes with sexual connotations in mind. I believe, again, it depends upon the state and how the state words the charges. I would say this would be exploitation versus solicitation, because he is exploiting. Yeah, we would definitely need a lawyer for the specifics on it. My gut feeling is that he could be charged with exploitation because he is using her IRL photos to pose as her to try and catch a predator, when as a minor, she cannot give consent of that nature. When she's 15, 16, at whatever point in her life, whatever age she was, she would not be able to provide consent to give these photos for him to use for this purpose. So yeah, he could be on the hook criminally for this one.
Photos right here. With these photos, we found an actress that looks fairly similar to her. So I just find it weird that she's saying that we were forcing her to keep on talking to EDP when we're jumping through all these different hoops. I mean, if we can find an actress that looks just like her, then why wouldn't we just take over the communication? It just, to me personally,
I feel like I am a victim of Gideon because he encouraged me to keep talking to him.
And apparently she alleged Gideon for many other things. Gideon is a scam artist. Gideon is being controlled by the Illuminati. He's friends with multiple pedophiles.
What I can say is that it's not called the Illuminati, but something relatively similar does exist, and it is terrifying. Go against a country in the Middle East and support a country that's blue and white in the Middle East. And if I didn't do that, my sponsors would be taken away.
Oh, brother!
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I mean, clearly she's no angel either. Clearly, this is I hate to say it, but I have a bad feeling of this is a future Olaf girl in the making. I hate to say it because she is a child, and I feel I feel bad that basically this potentially speaking, whatever has occurred in her life up to and including this event with EDP and Gideon has clearly like ruined her. And I fear for the direction that she's going in life. Yeah, she like this is it. You're right. This is a girl that has been ruined by the fucking internet. It's really sad. You know, and she's already doing like at 16, she's already is she 18 now? She's 18 now. Hang on. This video, when did this come out? I don't have a date on when this. Well, okay, it says the truth behind the EDP documentary. So this came out recently. But it's just, yeah, she's like 18 or 19 now. So she's an adult now, and she's already on the fucking conspiracy theory hype train. Oh, God. Oh, shit.
Terrifying. Go against a country in the Middle East and support a country that's blue and white in the Middle East. And if I didn't do that, my sponsors would be taken away.
Oh, brother!
What
All roads lead
sponsors?
to Israel, so I guess Gideon's an Israeli puppet. I guess you could say that Illuminati is real. So apparently there's a bit of a back and forth because people think she made a fake police report.
Frantically, like, just spam texting me. And he's like, I have undeniable proof that you have a police report, da-da-da. And I'm like, the whole time I'm like, I'll put screenshots of it in this video, but the whole time I'm like, okay, so can you tell your audience that I didn't make a fake police report? Because people are literally threatening to dox me because they thought that I did make a fake police report.
And there is a police report. I don't know if they're gonna do anything with it or not. I don't know. Only Kayla can get the updates from the FBI. So that's on her. I'm not gonna have any more contact with her or anything. I'm not talking about the situation ever again.
I told Gideon every single time that EDP would send me texts, but he would never tell me to like block him or anything.
I want you to block him on your phone, right?
The documentary definitely made Gideon look a lot worse than he really was.
For a long time, I was his like little puppet.
I'm not gonna lie, this part of the documentary actually hurt my feelings the most because, you know.
I mean, yeah, it's clearly she's running her own game. Clearly she's doing that mindset of I'm out for myself, that cold calculating, I'm in it for myself. Thinking maybe I can, maybe she's thinking I can make my own YouTube career, but still, Gideon handled this so fucking poorly. I don't think he could have neither of them are angels. Both of them are selfish pieces of shit at this point. Both the girl and Gideon are coming across as being completely selfish, selfish, wanting the cloud. He's wanting the cash. She's wanting to jumpstart her YouTubing career, maybe. This is just a fucking shit show all around. Literally, all of this could have been resolved in 5 minutes when it first came to light. Exactly how I had said before. If they'd done exactly what I had said before, the moment this happened, it would have been resolved and we would not have had this fucking labyrinthian quagmire of shit.
She's pretty much saying that I victimized her more than an actual. I'm not here to fight what she said. If she truly feels like that, then that's how she feels.
And Gideon's been really nice to her. I'm gonna read his pinned comment. I'm seeing a lot of disgusting comments saying she asked for this or she deserved. Please stop. She was a minor and EDP is the only villain who should be getting not Kayla. Please, if you have any respect for me, have respect for her. Also, as soon as we weren't able to get the information for her to stop talking to him, I should have removed myself.
Yes.
This catch was my first and taught me so much of what not to do.
Oh, that explains a lot. Okay, that explains so much. This is what got him involved in the predator catching scheme. This incident, this is what jump-started that. Okay, that explains so much as to how he basically fumbled this so fucking hard that he's like, oh, I could catch a predator and just dove headlong into and didn't even think about it. He was like, I could do something here. Okay. This is context that we did not have during the documentary. That this was his first attempt at catching a predator. And while it doesn't absolve him of acting like a fucking idiot, like, he's the adult. He is the adult in this situation. So it's immediately like he should have gone to the police or had her go to the police. Where were her parents' office? Excellent question. Who fucking knows? There's that one clip where he's on a call with the mom for like 5 seconds that we saw. No clue what came about that, but he's still the adult. He should have thought like an adult and said, okay, let's get the cops involved. If he wants to be involved in catching them, then it's like, okay, let's call the cops. I want to be in communication with the cops with you. And then he could have talked to the cops like, listen, I want to help in catching this guy. And then you could have got your first predator catch. Instead, I think what happened is he's like, ooh, I can catch a predator. And again, he was instantly thinking for the content, for the content, for the content. Because that's what he's always thinking. Oh, like Gideon only thinks of for the content. But this one is, this explains why he fumbled it so fucking badly.
But there's still hope with the FBI involved. Maybe he'll be arrested. Who knows? God bless you all.
Also, she's been threatening to sue me a lot lately. Like in her video that she made about me recently, she threatened that I would be inside of a lawsuit.
I mean, at this point, what does Gideon even pay you for? Especially you inside. I can't wait to see you all inside a lawsuit next.
And somebody in her comment section said, hey, why are you gonna sue Gideon but not EDP? And she replied with, EDP doesn't have any money.
Bruh. Ooh, he shouldn't have said he was a multimillionaire.
And he even asked if the pictures I sent him weren't mine. They were from Google because, you know, it's big brains, you know?
And the reason why this is making me so frustrated is because I told her multiple times to never say or send anything explicit to him if she was going to continue talking to him.
And again, Gideon knows himself that he should have never entertained the idea either way and should have stopped everything.
And I got her acknowledging that fact. I'm gonna roll the clip.
Did you take the picture of yourself or did you go on Google?
No. I did not send anything to anyone.
So you never sent him anything?
Not. I think, I will say this, you even told me not to do that because the idea was for him to like, so she kept asking, you know, so we were trying to figure out something.
I told you to never send him anything, correct?
Yes.
Gideon then shows more Discord logs, and apparently she might have sent something.
But you could tell by his reply that it was something, and I mean...
Let me see what that, let's see. Karen... Instead, you put that pic in vanish mode. Oh. Yes. This is seriously fucked.
But you could tell by his reply that it was something. And I mean, oh my gosh, man. The fact that she could have potentially been sending that stuff to him before we got involved is very, very, very disturbing.
I'm actually playing the Mark Norman joke this time.
Makes you wonder, you think there's ever been any smart kids out there who would flirt with just for the candy? Now you're like, hey, Timmy, don't talk to that guy. He's a child. I know what I'm doing.
To my knowledge, the Illuminati is a whole group of Satanists, right? And what's funny about that is, I don't know if Kayla still is or not, but she used to be, or she might still be, a Satanist.
What? Oh my sweet, what the fuck are we doing? What is this gobbledygook bullshit that we're on now? Okay, chat. Public service announcement. Open your ears. Ember public service announcement. If you ever hear from an underage person that they have been contacting a predator, the only thing you should do is say, call the police, or get your parents to call the police and then immediately cease communication. Like, oh my God, this is just fucked on every level. She was warped by a predator. No, okay. I think it did affect her. I think being exposed to EDP did affect her. It sounds like there's a possibility that her head could have already been fucked even before then. I legit think that she was worked by the internet and then further worked by EDP. Because it sounds like this girl already was, like, running down the path of, like, brain rot. It's like, yeah, this is just further proof that the entire situation's fucked and nobody's in the right here. Absolutely nobody involved in this is in the right in any way.
She had it in her profile right there. So, like, I don't understand why she keeps on saying I'm in the Illuminati.
And I want to make this abundantly clear. There is no denying that Gideon is a full-blown idiot for letting EDP in his server and, like, keeping him there for 7 hours. He is very content-brained, and I think it was a huge oversight to, you know, not end communication with her immediately. The girl's actions as a child we can write off as being naive and immature, but as an adult, she still made the claim that she was more of a victim to Gideon than, you know, an actual which I think is insane. She wanted to be an IRL decoy, but if you're actually 15, you're not a decoy, you're an actual victim. Like, what? She didn't realize the internet has all the receipts. She heard multimillionaire and wanted to capitalize on that. Well, she's just a girl, man. She couldn't tell the fat black guys apart. I will...
Oh, that was cool. Holy shit, he went there. Oh my god. Okay. Wow.
Always stand by that. The only reason someone like Kayla would even do this is because people like Gideon turned this into content that can make you famous instead of truly aiding making the world better. Vigilantism also rarely results in convictions. The bottom line is that Gideon helped foster the environment where EDP could exist without actual criminal consequences. The fact that the word clout even entered the conversation is a problem in itself, and how the hell does she have a better editor than me? Gideon needs to take this as a learning experience because he did drop the ball very hard in some places. But that being said, I don't think he's nearly as bad as Reddit or Twitter of all places made him out to be.
In this case, no. Like, we're getting some more context where it's like Gideon maybe did not push her to continue to be the decoy. Like that what Kayla said, like, clearly both sides of this are lying their ass off. Both sides are just spewing out bullshit that, you know, that trying to make one another look better. Both sides are incredibly wrong. Gideon is probably more in the wrong because as an adult, he should have just, like, cut this off instantaneously. That's the biggest problem is Gideon is the adult. She was 15, 16 at the time. She was a minor. She was a child. She's an idiot child. Gideon should have been the one to, as soon as this popped off, been like, okay, call the police. Huh? Okay, put your parents on the line. Okay, Mom, she is being approached by a predator. You need to notify the police right away. Okay, cool. Completely end any and all discussion to include booting her from the Discord if she didn't shut the fuck up about it. That's on Gideon. He should have done the adult thing because he was an adult. So that is 100% on him. But like I said, it's for the content. And when your entire existence is for the content, you dehumanize people. He didn't see her as a child or as a victim. He saw her as content that he could post to enrich himself. That's it. That's what it boils down to. And so therein lies, I think, everyone is at fault here. I think there's a little bit more fault on Gideon's side because of the reason that he is the adult and she should have done the adult thing, not done the content thing.